Hey! Ole'Pops here. How y'all today? I'm just sitting out here on the porch reading. Smoking the Ole'Pops pipe. One that I made a couple of years ago. And enjoying me some Embro. Thinking about what a pretty day it is. It's supposed to be cold coming up later this week. Just got through raining and the sun's out and it's mighty bright. Me and Jill went to dinner last night. Noticed a young man and a young girl sitting at the next table over from us, beside us at the restaurant. And they must have been on a blind date because both of them love dogs and sushi and looking at the dating website on their cell phones while the other one was in the restroom. They weren't the least bit interested in each other and didn't exactly know how to tell each other. Finally, she got up for what must have been her third or fourth trip to the bathroom. I looked over at the little fella and I said, "It ain't none of my business, buddy, but it probably seems to her like you're listening to her stories. But I'm over here watching y'all. It seems kind of obvious why some folks eat their young." He says, "What do you mean?" I told him, I said, "Buddy, close your doggone menu. If you don't, the waiter's never going to come by here and this night is never going to end." And he kind of chuckled and shook his head. I said, "It might be a mistake." I said, "It's okay to make mistakes." I said, "Well, Pops has made his share of mistakes." I said, I make the same mistakes over and over. I said, "I've made some mistakes so many times they've become family tradition." I said, "It's all right to make a mistake." I said, "Just don't let them become chaotic." I said, "And before you let hurting this young lady become on your to-do list," I said, "you might think about this." I said, "It don't look like it's working out for y'all." And he said, "No." Y'all ever tried Pembroke? Esoterica. Pretty good stuff. Y'all give it a try. Anyway, I told him, I said, "You're checking your phone when she goes to the bathroom?" I said, "You've got up and gone to the bathroom 2 or 3 times already and she checks her phone when you go to the bathroom?" I said, "It's pretty plain what y'all are doing." I said, the key is just don't hurt each other. You got nothing in common. I said, we never really grow up. We only learn how to act in public. Because if it's just about the sex, just keep in mind, sex is like playing bridge. If you don't have the right partner, you better have really good hands. And by the time a man realizes that his father and his grandfathers were right, he has kids of his own who think that he can't be more wrong. You understand what I'm saying? That's when chaos sets in. That sun's bright. I hope y'all can see me, because I can't see you. Anyway, my grandfather always told me, he said, good health is merely the slowest possible rate at which somebody can die. And my granddaddy, he was a smart man, was a dear old man. He used to be a cardiac surgeon. He used to tell me that the way to a man's heart was through his stomach. It might be why he lost his job as a cardiac surgeon. I'll never forget my grandfather. He told me once, before he kicked the bucket, he said, son, look at me. I looked at him right square in the eye and he said, how god dang far you think I can kick your cereal bucket? I told him, I said, I don't know. A man come up to my grandmother at his funeral. She's sitting there bawling her eyes out. He says, ma'am, he said, do you mind if I say a word? And she said, no, please. The man clears his throat. He stands up and he puffs his chest out and he says, plethora. My grandmother smiles real big and she said, thank you, sir. That means a lot. Anyway, I learned a lot from them, my grandparents. I learned a whole lot from them. They were a good team. They were good people. They made a good team. It's important to be a good team. And if you and this girl, son, if y'all don't mesh, you're not going to make a good team. You know? You got to be a good team. It's important to be a good team. It helps to have somebody to blame things on. But anyway, it says a lot about human nature right there. Most people are pessimists at heart. I was born to be a pessimist. Well, my blood type's even B negative. What? You know, why are most nudists people you never want to see naked? And artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity. Nostalgia isn't even what it used to be. Anyway, I think they got the message, because when she came back to the table, he decided that he wasn't really hungry or whatever it was, but they got up and left. And anyway, we finished our dinner and we decided to go on home. I hope we didn't taint those two people too badly, but Jilly Darling was going to bake a cake when she got to the house, but it was something she didn't have. And oh, it was eggs. She didn't have eggs. We got back to the house and the smoke detector was beep, beep. 30 seconds later, beep, beep. 30 seconds later, beep, beep. Anyway, she said the battery was going down in the smoke detector. Anyway, Gracie's boyfriend, Gracie was off that night. Gracie's boyfriend called and said that he was on his way over. He just got off work and was on his way over to see her. She asked him if he would stop at DGS and pick up a smoke detector battery. He said, what kind does it take? And she said, one of them square 9-volt batteries. And he said, okay, yeah, sure. And she said, oh, and check and see if they have eggs. If they have eggs, pick up a dozen. So about 20 minutes later, he comes walking through the door and he had a bag. He walks up to the table and he dumps a bag full of smoke detector batteries out on the table. And she said, what the heck is going on here? He said, they had eggs. And she said, what? He said, you said if they had eggs, pick up a dozen. Never in my life. She can really pick them. Anyway. Anybody out there ever had a bucket list? Anybody got a bucket list? I never thought I'd ever have a bucket list, but somebody invited me to go drag racing the other day. I thought to myself, I said, I never really thought I'd ever want to go drag racing, but I thought, well, hell. I asked them, I said, is it real drag racing? And they said, yeah, the real kind, real drag racing. I thought, well, hell, I'll give it a try. Let me tell y'all something. It is hell trying to run in stiletto heels. Y'all. And to the man in crutches, dressed in camouflage, who stole my wallet, you might hide, but buddy, you can't run. Pops has got your number. Anyway. I've been doing a lot of reading lately. This is a book that I found back in 1985, and I picked it up, and this is the second time I've read it. It's called Heart of the Country. I don't know if I can't see you because of the sun, but anyway, it's called Heart of the Country, and it's by a guy named Greg Matthews. If you ever get a chance to read it, it's about a hunchback buffalo hunter that was from Valley Forge, Kansas, in about somewhere in the 1870s. If you ever get a chance, well, yeah, around 1860s, 1870s. If you ever get a chance to read it, it's really weird. Let me put it that way. But until next time, I'm Ole'Pops. Y'all be good to each other.